anyways, like I feel like there's kind of like this gap between social media and these in-person events that, you know, we're able to go see. They're very rare. You know, at times they're expensive for families or for kids or, you know, for these companies, whatever it is. And there's no in between. And so
I love that. Yeah.
I also feel like for 22 years, I gained, you know, a lot of gymnastics knowledge, and now I can't do anything with it because I don't do gymnastics anymore. It's not something I use. And so why not try to, you know, kind of carry that on and inspire that next generation of athletes and that next generation of these females, these women that are going to be the next generation of our world. And so that's kind of what it's really about, and kind of that whole message of female empowerment. Like we had this one girl, I think she was about 10, she posted a video last week and saying, you know, she was really getting body shamed by some of her teammates, and I was just like looking at it, I'm like, first of all, that's crazy. You know, a 10-year-old and her teammates are, you know, body shaming her. And so I wrote back to her and she was saying, you know, she doesn't have like the typical body for gymnastics. And I'm like, talk about not the typical body for gymnastics, because I was always like, you know, quote unquote, like too skinny, not strong enough. I couldn't run as fast. I couldn't jump as high. Like I was like, all odds were against me to win that gold medal because I just wasn't that, you know, classic like gymnast body. I wasn't strong. I wasn't a lot of things. And so I told her, I was like, you know, it's so important to be comfortable in your own skin and to be confident in your own skin and to also stop listening to everybody else. And it's like, it's so hard to do because it's like, it's easier when you're on the other side telling somebody. And then like, it was cool because I commented and then like 10 of the community members commented. They're like, you know, stand up for yourself. And it was just, it was awesome. This conversation. Yeah. It was like, it was really special. So yeah, so I mean, that's kind of what we're building is, you know, the importance of having these role model and mentors in your life. And now as Matt and I have moved on into the business world, we have mentors in the business world that we can talk to. And so it's not necessarily just having an athlete that you look up to or a gymnast, you know.
It's in all areas of your life.
Every single part, marriage and business and, you know, so many different aspects.
If you only knew how often we talk about this, right? This is the idea behind, behind the podcast and behind the conference is around this kind of growth in all these areas, and it's so important to have those role models around you. And the amazing thing to me is like every successful person that I talk to in any realm, whether it's business or sports or what have you, it's always the same patterns. Role models, mentors, right? Putting in that hard work, someone telling them or people telling them you're not the right shape, you're not the right size, you don't have what it takes, right? It's always the same story.
Like I've been just reading a lot of books and listening to a lot of podcasts lately about like, you know, now successful like companies, whether it's like Kate Spade or, you know, like different brands and different companies, and it's like the commonality between every single one that I've read or listened to has been a failure in the beginning.
Crazy how much this is so
you know, and it's like, or a failure to the sense of like, I literally either had to go 110% all in or I was just going to have to give it all up and throw it off the table and start over.
But this is why people clapped when you fell, right? Because it's like, because it's what we talk about. The difference, everyone falls, but winners get up. When they fall, right? And that's when you were the true winner.
The other flip side of that, which I learned from him, is you know, there's role models, right? And so there's also reverse role models, which is basically like sometimes you might have imposter syndrome or think that you shouldn't be involved with these people, right? And then you go to an event or you go and do something and you realize that all of these other crazy successful people don't feel that much different than you. You're like, wait a second. And, oh, we're so similar, and that is been such an unlocking thing for us.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because like last week I spoke, I did a keynote at. It was a women's business conference, and I'm looking out, and there was like 1,000, business owners, and I remember being like a little nervous because I'm just like, you know, like they all have kind of what I'm wanting to have soon, like a business, and I'm like, why are they going to listen to me, you know? And so, and I remember like after I finished, like I had so many people come up to me and say like, that's exactly what we needed to hear, like, and I was just like, wait, what? You know, like, and so I was kind of like, okay, and actually something that I always share too, and and kind of has really applied with me throughout my entire life.
Parents? I know.
Ridiculous. I owe my parents quite a lot. Yeah. But I remember coming home from the gym and just like crying and being like, I quit. I don't want to do this anymore. Yeah. And my mom was always like, you know, like, we're not going to push you into this, but you can quit, but not today. Mm-hmm. You have to go back to the gym until you have a good day, and after a good day, you can quit. And so, you know, sometimes that would take me 3 days, 5 days, a week, and then, you know, moms know best, so I'd come home after a good day. She's like, great, we'll enroll you back into public school. We'll find another activity that you like. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I never said I wanted to quit. You know, so
we
it's
need to get your parents on this podcast.
Yeah.